Hello all. Just an easy laid back stream tonight on a Tuesday evening. It's Tuesday, confirmed. Stand by while I blast this out to anybody that might want to hang. I will be bagging and boarding some magazines of many different types. None of which will probably be terribly surprising for anybody that would tune in. Anywho. Although, with one exception, I could not find those Nintendo Power magazines, which is rare for me. That does not happen. I may have a lot of boxes, but I typically know what's in them and where they are. I have gone through these once, and I think I need to go through them again, but, you know, at some point I was like, do I really need... I'm a sentimental guy. I arguably have held on to all of these. There's a few that might be worth something, but there are definitely a few that are just sentimental things that I pop open at random intervals to remember, as you do. But there are a few that may be legitimately collectible. And the good news is, if you're into the same, you can get some BCW bags and boards for very reasonable prices on Amazon. I bought locally for the bags and boards that I just recently used for that last round of comic books. But they did not have these particular sizes. I would gather again by the price on Amazon that they're just not that popular. So I'm going to start with what would probably be worth anything if something. Not that that's like the barometer here, but I feel like if I'm putting them in bags and boards, I've thought through that somewhat. And also there's going to be some that I don't. So, but I've got a collection of Mad Magazine, which, judging by the cover dates, December 1990 on this one, and I don't think I'm going to be going in order here, but I collected before comic books, it looks like. So, Life book for comic books. March 91. Need to go back through these. I really don't remember much about them. Would have been very interested in that one though. Big New Kids on the Block fan. Or I was. I must admit I'm not so up on their current catalog. I do believe they have released newer music. These are all look like Mort Drucker covers. Did he do all the covers all the time? That can't be. Can it be? Well, not this one, but this is a super special spring 1990. Curious how far back this is going to go, because I get a little fuzzy on the dates in the years. But these were also kind of scattered throughout my house in different boxes. So I also got a, not cheaply, in fact, if you're in the market, let me know, but a box, a BCW box sized for magazines, because obviously I needed a bigger one, but it's also just, I'm going to have these all in one place. It's kind of nice. Which I arguably could have just bought the box and stuck these all in there as is, but after having bagged and boarded all those books, just kind of looks nice. This one, I don't know. This one might be 300th issue. It's strange opening these up. I remembered that I had collected them. I remembered they were a big deal, and just from looking at them, I remembered that I had quite a few of them. I don't think I know culturally Mad Magazine has had no small impact. I just was not maybe giving them their due as far as my development goes. Oh, I would have been quite into this one as well. October 91. Ninja Turtles 91. Would that have been the first Ninja Turtles? That's probably the second, right? It's making fun of Vanilla Ice at the same time. I'm toying with the idea. It's on the list. You know, I do cinematic where I go through kung fu movies and stuff. And I have done some already that have to deal with how, you know, the States kind of took that trend and made something out of it. Uh-oh, this one does not have a cover. Dang, it looks like it has the Last Crusade. Let's see what they called it. In Banana Jones and His Last Crude Days. Mad Magazine is the best. I do need to reread these. No Hoax Barred. No Holds Barred. Because, yeah, that would have been, December 1989. So we're at least going that far back. The Blunder Years. Why You Are Sure to Win the Next Magazine Publishers Sweepstakes. All solid. Very solid, but we're going to put that aside for now. I think I have more than enough bags and boards, but there's no reason to pre-bag and board the issue without a cover at all. I feel like I might have had... Did I have a subscription? It's not looking like it. Some of these magazines I will have, but oh, maybe this was the cover. This was the cover. Well, that's a bummer. Special Mutant Turtle issue. Indiano, Hulko, Kiddo, Alfredo. It works. I wonder if I was trying to rip, because, you know, they fold in, right? Isn't that what they were called? Usually on the back. Mad fold in, yeah. Wonder if I was ripping that out. I guess I should set that. I remember this vividly. I don't know why, but some covers just stick with you, I guess. Bags and boards are solid. They are, I mean, I'm doing several different sizes of magazine here, I feel like, and it's working. Gremlins 2. It's interesting because I didn't at this point I was not, like, my family was not a movie going family necessarily, so this would have been a lot, if not all, of the kind of pop culture. We did watch some TV, more TV than anything. What shows do I remember? Yeah, I guess I remember a lot of TV shows, but not a lot of movies. So it's funny to think, you know, like I've since seen movies like Gremlins, and that would have been the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, looks like, maybe. But don't often like think of myself as having been necessarily alive or, you know, consuming media at the time, so it's cool to have proof. This one is ripped. So we will save it. Again, probably coming back to these because I'm going to have the space, but we'll go in order. Mad Movies 3. And actually I have some very recent issues that my mom got for me. If I remember correctly, Dick DeBartolo was doing like, it was like a radio thing, I think. But also I feel like he's got a site and may have been doing these in other spots as well, but was just giving away lots of signed stuff. So this is, I mean, obviously these came out June 2011. Wow, is that when? I feel like it might have been a little bit later when she actually got these for me, but several years later from when I was actually collecting them, but she remembered that they were a big deal to me, and I did know Dick DeBartolo, who wouldn't? So she got me some cool signed copies of Mad Magazine there, and it's not the only thing it came with. It came with this, which I'm still unsure of what it is, but again, some more Dick DeBartolo signed to me, his friend Ryan. Don't necessarily know how to. Here's Mad in Your Eye. Dick DeBartolo presents. None of these are really going to fit Another card. Thanks, Dick DiBartolo. Stickers. Mad Murders, the movies. Dick DiBartolo. I don't necessarily know how would you go about preserving these, really. So, for another time. Or they go back in the thing. Oh, also, they came with some cassette tapes. Maybe that's the radio part I'm thinking of. Like these are like radio minutes or radio shows or something like that. Can't remember exactly, but Mad Minute. Thanks, Mom. Oh. And then these are just from my own collection, so classic, amazing. Who didn't love the NES game? Invisible Mad. Not sure what the thing was there. Don Martin. Dave Berg. Shakespeare. All of these top tier. Al Jaffe. No, wait. Where are you going? There you go. Big fan of Al Jaffe. Maybe they go back on the bookcase. Maybe my daughter discovers Mad. I don't know. All right. Those are the Mads. These ones I completely forgot I had. And it looks like I was indeed subscribed. So I might put these slightly off camera so you can't find my house. Forgot I had them, forgot they existed. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles magazine. What is in a typical issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles magazine? These are from Clang Clunk Bang Bang Bang. Oh, hey guy, I didn't see you there. That was Donatello working on some machines. Notes from the Underground. Fresh, The Radical, The Maximum. These are just some of the bits from Ninja Turtles magazine. Some of the articles. Supersonic Skating. Rad Reptiles. So it was educational as well. Do not even, you need to be bagged and boarded, but whatever. I'm more excited about just having them all in the same spot. Which arguably also didn't need to happen. Meet Turtle creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Taming the Skateboard Jungle. This one I was apparently not subscribed to, so that can enter the frame. It's not bad art. I mean, come on. The Turtles meet the Fat Cat. I would have been very excited about that crossover. Big Garfield fan back then, obviously. Last but not least, let me see like a number. Oh, it's just spring, so these might not have been several times a year, 4 times a year then. Gotta love it. That's all I got of those though. Did I subscribe to this? Apparently not, so these can go. These ones I did remember, actually felt like I had more of, but apparently not. Summer 91, so these are all about the same time. And who wasn't in the summer of 91 just a huge Simpsons fan? That show, again, talk about impact. Nice, bleeding gums in that one. 1992 3D annual. It is, oh, there they are. I was going to say there's no 3D glasses. But I found them, even though the center, oh, the center is a poster. Whoa. Totally dimensional, man. What does that say? Remember, Karina is the boss. Apparently my sister got a hold of this one at some point. Oh, Butterfinger branded, although I put them on differently. Huh. Oh no, they fit. Guys, it doesn't work. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit. Not really. You're not oh. The back of the magazine works. That's in 3D. The front is not in 3D. I don't think. Oops. Guess I can put the glasses back in the magazine. Is that the second 3D item in his mini streams? Also had the Rocketeer 3D comic book. Birth of Bart. Like some straight up Tracy Ullman going on there. But yes, big Simpsons fan. Fell off for a little bit. Came back for a little bit. Fell off for a little bit. Probably come back again someday. That's all I got of those. Okay, probably should have done these closer to the Mad Magazine ones, but these are also recent acquisitions. My mom actually got these for me. And I didn't know they existed, but apparently Marvel, who had a magazine imprint, I don't know if that was original. I don't know what the history was on that. The Curtis imprint, I can't remember if like they acquired that or how that actually worked. They just started it on their own. But they did a magazine called Crazy, which was absolutely a take on Mad and Cracked. You know, well, I mean, there you go. Issue number 1, obviously, really making a statement there. And it went on for, honestly, longer than I maybe would have expected. I got that one, issue number 1, and then 32, 60, and 92. So we'll do 32 next. I believe my mom was definitely scoping out the stories I would be most interested in, because this would have been the Star Wars issue. And then 60 was the Star Trek. Although, what would I be more excited about, Star Trek or Pigs in Space? It's anybody's guess. And then also Star Trek. So those are fun, and I did read them. They're about what you'd expect. They're fun. Got some one-offs here. I mentioned the Rocketeer. Big Rocketeer fan. I would have been quite excited about this one. What a great movie. These ones are more sentimental deals. Again, not collectible really in any way, but sometimes I like to look at them and say, oh, I remember when I had a subscription to Filmmaker magazine. It was about the time Coffee and Cigarettes came out. Although that one Doesn't have my address on it. These aren't my address anymore, so it doesn't matter, but also, anybody surprised that I subscribed to Macworld at one point? Probably not. Maybe more surprising would have been, I don't know if this is going to fit. Doesn't really need to fit. Oh, no, that's okay. That'll work. We'll take it. Again, these bags are legit. I did get quite wrapped up in the swing dance craze of the late 90s. Quite. I think I'll save the comic books for last. Is that comic book magazines? Oh. These probably don't need a bag and a board. There was a magazine called Swivel. Vintage Living magazine would have been around the time of that. You know, it's like a swing dance fanzine. Royal Crown Review. Anybody? Great band. Anything else fun from these? I feel like the closer you got to LA, the more you saw a little bit of stuff like this. Dancing don'ts. Pretty useful for a bunch of kids that were, because this is, I mean, this was maybe the craziest bit about that whole thing. Was not the craziest bit by any means. It was so interesting and fun that saw a resurgence, but when it came around the first time, you know, when dancing or jitterbugging was real big the first time around, it was more of a popular thing, like as in the populace participated in it. You know, you'd go to hops and whatnot. You know, there was actual dancing that went on at dances, stuff like that. So when it came back, it was after I feel like that was not so much a thing anymore. So you had all these kids that were like, oh, I like to dance now, mixing with like legitimate dancers, you know. And I went to where was that? I went to some competitions, and they were, you know, like the bigger it got, the more they would have these kind of weekends at, I guess they were kind of workshops, you know, because they had different dance instructors there, and you would choose different dances at different times. So you would go, I would go to this weekend thing, go to these different workshops, but I was like the fair weather. I mean, I went to legitimate dance classes because that's how much I was into it, but there were a lot of kind of local dance classes that popped up that wouldn't really spend any time on technique, you know? Like I didn't get any actual technique until community college and at that workshop, which I probably heard about. Yeah, I think I heard about because of that community college class. So by the time I got to there, I would have been doing a little bit better, but like as far as like frame and like actual, you know, forgotten all the terminology at this point, but being able to actually lead or respond to your partner in a way and stuff like that was like not at the forefront of the popular movement, let's say. So I remember going through, they would do a lot of times, you know, like a big circle, and you would just go around switching partners. I forget, the outside would move or the inside would move. I don't know, but you would do something for a bit, Everybody go one down, do something for a bit, everybody go one down. And I remember getting matched up with a few quite obvious dancers that were like constantly trying to get me to frame up and like actually respond and like put some actual work into it. And I wasn't there yet, and a lot of people weren't. So anyway, boy, this mic is fun, isn't it? So I'm tossing some of these. And I don't know which ones. I honestly don't know why I kept as many as I did. How come these were so easy to find, and I still can't find all of those Nintendo Power magazines. I had a 66 Chrysler, was my first car. So I necessarily fell into the Mopar camp. And it appears somewhere around 99, July 1999, May 1999, November 1998. So 98, I subscribed to, let's see if I can get one without my actual address on it, because I don't know if I actually want to bag these up at all. Again, probably getting rid of some of these. High Performance Mopar. Smoking and poking. Seems like a interesting way to put that. I'll keep one of these just to kind of remember, but which one? Smoking and poking's got a decent head start. In Violent, the hot GTX from the cold north. RT versus RT. I basically was just like, look at all these cool cars. I don't remember a thing about it. I could work on my own car, but not, like any of these guys could. My car did not belong in one of these magazines. 1966 four-door Chrysler 300. Street Freaks. E-bodies for everybody. It's kind of an inside joke on that one. The rarest Mopar ever. Maybe I should just keep the oldest one. New Charger. That was a big deal. Are B-bodies better? Somebody was just alliterating for fun on that one. 6-car Pentastar. That was the Chrysler symbol. So Pentastar. A tribute to the 383, which would have been what my engine was supposed to be, but I think when we checked the VIN at one point, it said it was a 413, which would have been a custom build for some reason. Let's not bag any of these and decide which one I'm going to keep later. Which means, oh no, okay. Before the comic books. I did have an issue of Cracked as well, but no cover. And I remember not liking Cracked nearly as much as Mad, but okay. skateboarding. These are actually more comic sized. And I don't know how widespread they were. Fall of 94, winter, spring 98, summer 95. So also wasn't real consistent unless these are just the ones I kept. But I lived close enough to Pal Peralta that I could get the team zine. Looks like I was not subscribed as far as I can tell. So I don't remember where I would have got these. Actually, my guess is they would have had a stack of these at competitions. So I probably picked up a few there. I know I have... There's something else in this pile that is... Yeah, right here. This is directly from a competition, I believe. Castle, CASL. In fact, was it Pulsifer? I think I got this at the one where Joey Pulsifer got first. I honestly haven't thought about that name for a very long time, so I wouldn't take my word for it. California State Championships, December 5th and 6th, 1992. That might be what this is from. Oh no, this is reporting who the 1992 champions are, but still this might be from 92. Welcome to Castle, the California Amateur Skateboard League, now in its 12th year, is organized and staffed strictly by volunteers. I know I got this at a competition. I thought maybe it was like a program, you know, so it would tell me. Oh, maybe this is it here. Welcome to Castle 1993 Street Style Series. Okay, it's got the... So this was probably June 19th, Saturday at the Skate Zone, which is, you know, was the skate park attached to the Pal Peralta warehouse, lot, etc. So yeah, this would have been that. June 19th, 93. Skater must compete in at least 4 of the 8 contests to be eligible to win an overall series award. And it doesn't appear to have... It has the classes, but it doesn't say who's competing. So my guess would be you just, which was how it was. It was any of the times I competed, that was how it was. You just showed up and registered right then and there. So yeah, my guess, my memory is that Joey Pulsifer took it that year. Anybody want to challenge that one? Show me your magazine. I don't know if I'm going to, again, these are more comic book sized. Obviously, this is not collectible in any way. I don't know if I'm going to bag and board these, so we'll just put these off to the side. These, I think we're looking at 1 each. Oh boy, I have an issue of this. I don't even know if I want to show you guys this. Looks like a later issue, so there might not be any. Yeah, this looks like a fairly tame example. So this is an issue of Big Brother magazine, which I know I did not have a subscription to, and honestly don't ever remember reading on a regular basis, so I don't know how I would have come across this really at all. I think I only ever had a subscription to Thrasher, so I probably just newsstand. Actually, I might have had a subscription to Transworld as well, but I was laughing at this subscription. Curious? That's pretty good. So what the heck? Let's bag and board some of these. Although, good gosh, Thrasher was this thick. I don't know if these are gonna fit. They are going to fit just fine, apparently. Whoops. I think I read Transworld and Thrasher in equal measure, really. There was always kind of a fake rivalry thing. I don't know anybody that really, like, cared where I was at, though. You know, like, there were no, like, nobody was getting in a fight over skateboard magazine allegiances or anything like that, you know. Might have had our favorites, but they all had pictures of skateboarders and thus fit the bill just fine. That one's probably cool. I can think of a few reasons why I might have kept this, even though I don't remember reading it on a regular basis at all. But I was also into music, and the Beastie Boys are amazing, so. I don't think I'm keeping this one. This one might be done. Tell you what, if you want me to mail you this copy of Transworld Snowboarding from December '94, I went snowboarding plenty of times. I enjoyed a great deal. I don't remember having a subscription. I know I didn't have a subscription. So yeah, I'm. This one's getting nixed. All right, now we're on to Thrasher, and again, no memory of Thrasher being this thick, but hey, okay. I'm gonna bag these all up. I think they're still gonna fit because they're thick, but they're not wide. I don't know if I had any special reason for choosing these particular issues. I think, remember choosing this issue because the cover is very cool. I mean, I probably would have chosen it based on the skateboarders as well, which we also all had our favorites. Great cover, right? Why would I have kept this one? No idea, but this one does have my address on it, so. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, interesting. This has my extremely old address on it. Wasn't even aware that I... Apparently, I resubscribed to Thrasher later in life. Which is... Why am I keeping these if they're not even from, like, the 90s? I mean, I still recognize some of the skaters, but... Whatever. Someday I'll forget all of this. And if somebody asks me, did you have a subscription? to Thrasher in the early 2000s, I will say, yep, sure did. All right. Here it comes. The comic book ones. These first ones I did not remember I had. Or that they existed. But apparently they made a Marvel 91 Year in Review magazine. These were not my comic book magazines per se. I have a feeling I bought them because they featured the comics I was very much interested in at the time. That did not even, the board didn't go in on that one. It was a failure on my part. I'm sure I got this issue of Comics Zine for that Youngblood cover, no doubt. Much like I would have done that for this Comics Zine Spectacular for the issue of X-Force. Big Liefeld fan. Yes, I know. I know. So now come the Wizard magazines, which are not magazine sized. So, but I feel like they're fatter than comics, so I couldn't put them in a comic bag and board. But who knows? Oh, except for this, I need to... July 93. I don't know why I have this. I want to say... I feel like it came with a Wizard. Hero Illustrated? I mean, it's definitely... It seems like a Wizard competitor, though. So I know it seems very strange that... Yeah, see, this is... this is not the right size. But you know what? Work with what you got. Oh, you know what? These are attached to, in this same, one of these boxes also came a bunch of posters that I believe came in the Wizard comics. Like some of them match right up. This is not from a Wizard. And is quite funny. I think it's only half of the picture. The quote is just funny. Aliens this time, says Lucas, who took advantage of new cinematic technology. Doesn't that just say it all? I don't think I'm going to keep that. Oh, so yes, these came with some posters, and I think I should hang at least one up. So maybe you guys can help me decide now or after the fact, but I will show you some of the posters as we go. Some of these are not from Wizard, but some of them very obviously are. Okay. So first Wizard, I started Wizard at number 6, which would have been February 92. There you go. But, so this is how the posters go. Basically the cover, right? Which, Sam Keith Hulk, like that's a contender right there for sure. Curious how these came out. Like, did I just rip them out? Yeah, I think I ripped it out of the back cover here. Looks like it's had a rough life, honestly, but... So that's one possibility. I don't know what the... Oh no, that would have been... I don't know what the poster would have been for this one, actually. One of the ones I saw looked familiar. Some great choices in here. Yeah, no flash posters, so I don't know. Not sure what the poster would have been for that one. Looks like I'm going to have more than enough bags and boards for even the stuff I don't want to bag and board. I know they don't fit. So here's one. Bishop. Wheels Portaccio. Freaking love that one. That's a decent choice right there. How did this work? Did they come... Maybe they came bagged is what it was. And the poster came like on the back. That seems familiar. Free poster inside. My room was just littered with these things. Another solid. In fact, Whitman ended up doing a lot of covers and posters for Wizard. And I wish I could remember his... What was his name? His first name. Huh. Poster is the same as the cover, though. Pretty solid, right? I mean, I don't know necessarily why he's on the American flag, but there's 3 Venom movies. Why do they do anything? Why you know? Stop trying to understand Venom things. Whitman Wizard covers. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Wittman. Bart Sears? Huh. I guess the name of that fellow was Bart Sears. Looks like Heritage Auction actually had the original art from that cover go on sale. Sold on November 23rd, 2013. Doesn't say how much. Bart Sears as Whitman. Venom slobbers all over this fantastic Wizard cover. Ink on Bristol. Interesting. There you go. Apparently I did not get... No, I did. I got 8, 9. Whatever. Oh, here we go. I'm sure this poster was on my wall somewhere. It's like a generic one in there that I wonder if that's what went with the Flash. Thought I saw a cover like that. Maybe I did not. Anywho, maybe not everyone came with a cover. We got Liefeld putting Cable and Shaft, which is the name of the Youngblood guy. And I only just remembered that because it says that down below. This one. Actually, this one I definitely have. I thought. There it is. Decent spawn. Again, kind of on the American flag there or something. Interesting. Not a decent choice. I just didn't really stick with Spawn all that much, so I feel like that's a good cover, but feels disingenuous to have it on my wall. 12 looks like Wildcats. Poster is the same, obviously. Imp? Isn't that the name of the short guy? It's an ad for Marvel Universe Series 3 in the back there. I'd be more concerned about like putting these in the right size bag and board if I actually had any more room in the comic book boxes that I have, but I do not. So it's always the last one. This is a contender right here. I'm putting something on my wall. That's pretty solid, right? Who did this? Nelson? Solid poster. Great cover. $14, The Ladies of X-Men. Don't think this will necessarily make the cut. Oh, that's a decent. Sorry, we'll get there. Cyberforce. Wetworks, right? Is that what that is? Portacios. Nope. Nope. There's some posters here that do not coincide with Wizard magazines, so well, this was a spread. Issue 15. Pitt and Max, Keown and Keith. Tempting. Like the Max, couldn't tell you much about Pitt. Great art though. Not sure I have a. Oh yeah, this would be it. Oh, and Blood Wolf. Oh, this is probably a darker image thing, right? Which I have like 10 copies of. But again, don't know much about him, so would feel disingenuous to have a cover there. Oh, why do I have two of these? 17. Free Upper Deck trading card inside. I wonder if it had two different kinds of cards that I wanted or something. But, better question, does one of them have the poster intact still then? It does. So that was a center, David Lapham and Bob Clayton. Bloodshot, Exo Manowar, Archer, Armstrong, Zephyr. This is a real Valiant Comics poster. So I guess we'll bag up the one that has the poster still intact, right? I don't know that I need a double 2 issues of this. Does anybody want an issue of Wizard 17? I guess this poster was on my wall also. Don't remember it being like that. We'll see. Not ready to commit to anything. Okay, this is the real contender here. A real contender. Number 18. In fact, was this? No issues with that poster really at all. Oh, this one's not bad either. 19, cover by Whitman again. Show you the full one here. Between the Venom, the Wolverine, the Spider-Man, the Ghost Rider. I feel like those are the front runners. Although, I love a good Jay Lee cover. That's a real good one. We do have some other options. That aren't image posters. Not that, you know, comics are underrepresented on my wall or anything, but trying to get, if you can't tell already, trying to cover it all up. Ceiling included. Just stretching back. Huh. 22. That kind of looks awesome. That's a Quesada cover. Ooh, this is a front runner, but I don't remember having it. Yeah, the poster's actually still intact. Omega Red, Apocalypse, Strife. I think that's up there too. Actually says Wizard on it, which I kind of like. You know, that's kind of what I'm calling out here. That might be top of my list right now. It's Quesada. It says Wizard. It's got some pretty killer characters on it. Wizard number 22. '23 still in the bag. Looks like a Battlestone issue. Interesting. Interest might have been waning. Maybe I had a subscription or something and it was still coming, but I wasn't paying attention. I don't have 24 at all. 25. Poster is intact yet again. Is that a Death Blow? So that's probably a Jim Lee poster. Looks real nice, don't get me wrong. This next one's weird. I don't know how I ended up with this, actually. It's Wizard number 52, so quite a big leap ahead. It's not a horrible cover. It looks like Pitt still. Was Pitt still at it? Poster is still intact. Or no, it's not. Literally, instead of a poster, there's just a big Terminator 2 Cybernetic Dawn ad. Interesting. Am I missing something? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know why I would have got this. It did come with a little Sensational Spider-Man supplement. It's kind of cool. And even cooler, especially for me, the card guy. This like super 4-card Marvel Masterpieces 95, which I just barely talked about in the last episode of Chasers, but not as having had any of them. So this would have been a fun little bit to have and talk about during that show, but I don't know. Strange. I don't know why I ended up with this at all, honestly. So that's pretty much it. Although, again, I have these posters that don't appear to go with any wizards, but they sure do feel like wizard posters. Got just straight up Spider-Man 30th anniversary with like the Marvel Comics logo, not even. So, not going to consider that one. Decent Savage Dragon. I'm an Eric Larson fan. Decent Exo Man-O-War. Oh, except it's ripped. Youngblood Bloodshot. So, I don't know why those are here. These are also possibilities. I'm going to employ you guys for a little bit longer. I don't have any more magazines. So if you're here for the magazines, you can leave now. But if you're here for the posters that I acquired somehow over the years, then we are just getting started. I don't have that many, but check these out. You ready? Got a big fat Wildcats. Never got that into Wildcats, so I don't think that's going up. Got a big fat Chicago Comic-Con from '92. No earthly idea where that would have come from. I mean, besides Chicago Comic-Con. Big old Spawn poster. This one I do remember hanging on my wall. These are all kind of like folded the same way. Like they did come from the same spot. And they're all the same size. Big old Youngblood poster. That would have been on my wall as well. Wait. A Malibu Comics joint, apparently. Not 100% sure what's going on there. X-Men. That's pretty good. Stormwatch. Midnight Suns. That's pretty cool. I think I have all those. This one's not going to make it. Sorry to tell you ahead of. But X-Men 2099. I routinely forget actually existed. In the year 2099, mutant is still a 4-letter word. Fortunately, so is X-Men. Only one of those. Actually a 4-letter word. But I get it. Good marketing. Oh. Who wouldn't want a Deathmate poster? That crossover we all remember because it got pumped so much and then finally showed up. You know what? Some of these might have come from Entertainment Weekly, which is where I bought a lot of my comics. So these might have been like pack-ins or something like that. This one also not going to make it. I should probably choose some of these just because they take up some space, and if they're way in the back, who's going to notice anyways? But big old 2099 with Spider-Man and Doom and Ravage and Punisher. The future of Marvel Comics, obviously. And the real possibility, the one that may very well make it to the wall. It's a toss-up between either side of this one. We've got X-Force, just a classic Liefeld. I feel like this is the one that was facing out. Looks a little weathered and faded. But what about the John Wesley Shipp Flash? Huh? Making the hard decisions. So, I'll probably put some of those up. That's all I got. I'm going to put them all in a box. Thanks for hanging out. Nice, easy, laid-back stream. I think we succeeded in that. So, come back. Oh, gosh, when will the next thing be out? It still is only Tuesday, so I could very well release something else before the week is through. But so far, you've already got a cinematic. That Chasers episode came out on Saturday. Tetris Tuesday came out today as well. So, it's been a full week already, but who am I to back down? So, for whatever it is, we'll see you then.